All right, thank you for participating tonight. We will now begin with an opening statement from Coach Drew and then go to questions. Please use the raise hand function to indicate you would like to ask a question. When you are called on for your question, please state your name and affiliation first. Coach Drew, go ahead with an opening statement.
Well, first, I credit Coach Sampson in Houston for a great season, great run. He's an unbelievable coach, and really blessed that our guys were able to shoot like they did, shared the ball like they did, because you knew you had to beat Houston. They weren't going to give it to you, and just really pleased on how our guys battled on the glass. Houston come in the game, I think it was like 62-27. They were up second chance points in the tournament, and the guys that don't always get their names in the paper for scoring points did an unbelievable job on the glass. The guards did a great job rebounding on the glass, and really proud of their effort.
All right, thanks, Coach. We'll start with John Warner, Waco Tribune-Herald.
Yeah, Scott, was that about as good of a performance as you've seen, especially on this stage, in that first half especially?
Yeah, that first half was similar to how we started against Arkansas. And then it fizzled out, obviously, but it was a great start. And guys really playing with poise, sharing the ball, making extra passes. But the big thing was we really guarded first half, really defended well, rebounded well. Second half, Houston, you knew they were going to score, and but we were able to hold them far enough at bay to not let them threaten.
All right, Kendall Kaut.
Hey, Scott, the first half you held Houston to 0.65 points per possession. Looked like they couldn't get the ball from one side to the other. What did you all do so well defensively that first half?
Coach Brooks did a good job on that scout. I think we were prepared. And then really our guys did a great job buying into locking in on assignments and tendencies. And Coach Sampson, you know he's going to make adjustments. He's a great coach. And second half we didn't defend nearly as well.
Jerry Hill, Baylor Bear Insider.
Scott, you've had it most of the year, but the bench contributions you got today from Jonathan and Matthew in particular, how big was that in a game like this?
I thought all year long our secret to our success has been our bench. It's a starting rotation. It's not five guys. We got a starting rotation, and everybody comes in and provides a lift for us. So I think that's been a big reason why I've been successful all year.
David Smock, Sikkim Radio.
Yes, Scott.
Smokey, what's up?
Hey, how you doing? Congratulations. I know there's one left for you. Can you imagine having the ability to empty your bench throughout a lot of these games in this tournament, including a game to get to the championship game?
Again, you never plan on that. I mean, you plan on it going down to the wire, and if you're blessed and play really, really well, you get a couple of those special nights, and it was great seeing Patterson get a bucket.
Okay, we'll go Curtis, KCEN TV, Waco.
Hey, Scott, Curtis Quillen, KCEN Channel 6 in Waco. You have your best player come out and have one of the best first halves he's had all season. He doesn't score a single point the second half, but you get 5-6 guys in double figures. How key is your depth for you this season?
Yeah. Well, it's a tribute. First half, he was rolling. People did a good job finding him. Second half, he did a great job not forcing things, and other people got going. And that's kind of what we've done all year long is feed the hot hand and share the ball.
Zach Braziller, New York Post.
Zach Braziller, New York Post. Scott, if it is Gonzaga, what are your thoughts on, the potential of playing them Monday night, kind of a game everyone's waited for 4 months?
Well, I know whoever it'll be obviously a hard-fought game. I know Coach Few and I, we joked when the game got canceled, and we went to the arena and we did a press conference saying that the game was canceled and whatnot. And as we were riding back, we're like, well, you know what? If we end up playing this game in the Final Four, the championship game, that sounds like a better idea. So that was obviously the goal for both of us, and I know we're there, and we'll see if Gonzaga or UCLA again. Whoever you play is going to be a great matchup, and both of them are great teams.
Myron Metcalf. Myron, if you're there, go ahead and unmute.
Hey, bro, I'm here. I'm sorry about that, Scott.
Yeah, I saw you in the front row. That's why you're mute. Yeah.
When you think back to 2003, you taking this job and everything that was on your plate to where you are now going to the national title game, you know, what are your thoughts on that, on just that journey?
Well, every day you're grinding, and you really don't look back. You just keep pressing forward, and been so blessed to have unbelievable players that have bought into what we'd like to do with the program. Tremendous assistant coaches that have sacrificed so much time, hard work, sweat to get us here, and then the Baylor faithful. I mean, they've supported us through the lean years and the rebuilding years, and you can't get there without an administration that believes in you and supports you. President Livingstone, Mac Rhodes, and his staff, they've been phenomenal for us. And when you have that family atmosphere and everyone pulling for everybody, good things can happen. And obviously they've happened for us. I mean, since 2008, we've won 18 or more, and us and Kansas are the only two Power Fives to do that. So we've been consistently good. We just haven't been able to get to a Final Four or national championship.
Mandy Knight.
Hey, Coach. Mandy Knight, Fox 44 in Waco. Now that you guys are officially in the national championship, has it sunk in mentally that you guys are there now? And what's that like?
No, it's next game, and that's why we're successful and in the championship game. If you do too much celebrating or thinking, then you're not dialed in for the next opponent, and you're getting sent home. So I'm just excited as our whole travel party. We get to stay in the bubble for a couple more days and have an opportunity to play in the biggest game all year that every team sets out at the beginning of the year wanting to do.
Jeff Goodman.
Scott, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
When did your relationship with Mark Pierce start?
You keep breaking up. What are you saying, Jeff?
I was saying, where did your relationship with Mark start? How did it start?
All right, Coach, we'll go to another question here. Andre Monroe.
Andre Monroe, Insider Institute. Coach, congratulations on the win. Do you plan to prepare any differently for this championship game than you have in the tournament so far, or is it more important to kind of stay consistent to what you've been doing?
Great question, and definitely stay consistent. It's too late to make drastic changes, and you got to go with what got you here. And that's what most teams do. And with us, I know we're excited about the opportunity to prepare to play either UCLA or Gonzaga for the championship. And we'll do what we normally do scouting-wise. And I know our players will be really excited for an opportunity to play in such a big game. But at the same time, it's business as usual in preparation.
Jack Allen.
Hey, Scott, another big day from Davion, a double-double. Was there anything in particular you saw from him and his ability to distribute today?
No, I thought he made great reads. I thought he really got going at the end of the half, and I know everyone was excited with his last three, but that's what makes him so good is he's a two-way player, defensive player of the year, but then on the offensive end, he can score it, and he can create for others. So tremendous effort and outing by him.
Mike DeCourcy.
Hey, Mike.
Scott, congratulations. Mike DeCourcy from Sporting News. I wanted to ask you, and obviously not right now, but at any point during the season, have you allowed yourself to think back about the possibility that you could be working on 2 championship games in a row if there had been a tournament a year ago?
Well, we did talk to our team before we went out and said that Freddie and Devontae and Tristan were all in the stands, and how much they wish they had this opportunity, but they're here to cheer us on. And moments like that make you reflect and think. You feel so bad for the guys that didn't have that opportunity and never will, but at the same time you feel so blessed and fortunate these guys are this year. And again, can't thank the NCAA enough for providing a safe environment where we could have this NCAA tournament.
Pete Thamel.
Hey, Scott, Pete Thamel from Yahoo. Congratulations. Since
Thanks,
you guys
Pete.
went on pause, you've been chasing sort of the ghost of what you were, and there's been times you've measured up to times you haven't. Does Jared's performance tonight and the performance you made today kind of make you feel like you're back in that groove you were in December and January?
Well, I definitely thought even Wisconsin, we played much better, and Villanova second half we were really good. Arkansas, we were great in spurts and good in other areas. And then tonight, I mean, Houston doesn't give you anything. You have to be really good. And that first half was about as well as any team can play against Houston. So I definitely think if we're not where we were, I can't see the difference. So credit these guys for really buying in on the practice days we've had to get better and put in the work to get back to what they were. Because prior to the pause, we were top 3 defensive team in the country and then fell all the way to 44. And I know gradually we've been working our way up. Last I saw was 27. But, I mean, these guys have really worked hard in practice. When at the end of the year, a lot of people don't want to practice hard. They want to save their legs for games. They're thinking about what they're doing after the season. And the last thing they want to do is get injured in practice.
All right, last one, Bryce Cherry.
Scott, I was able to talk to some Baylor fans at halftime, and suffice it to say they were pretty excited to be able to give them one more game. How gratifying is that?
Well, again, a coach is like a parent, and when you see the siblings happy, you're happy. So to see the fans happy, or players happy, Baylor Nation happy, I mean that's you can't get much better than that. So they were outstanding tonight. The fans that we had, appreciate them making travel arrangements to be here to support us, and thank them for being behind us.
All right, we are now joined by Jared Butler. Again, media, please use the raise hand function to indicate you'd like to ask a question. We'll start first with John Warner from the Waco Tribune-Herald.
Yeah. Hey, Jared, obviously you had a great first half, really came out on fire. What went into that? Were you just feeling in an especially good groove, or were your guys just getting it to you?
Yeah, I'm a shooter. Sometimes the ball goes in, sometimes the ball doesn't go in. And it's just about me staying confident through it all. And tonight, just the ball went in, and it's one of the big games. Thankfully, the ball went in when we needed the most. So yeah, that's about it.
Ken O'Cal.
Hey, Jared, your pick and roll offense looked really good in that first half and the second half. What do you feel like you all did successfully against Houston to score so effectively out of that action?
Yeah, I think we did a great job of understanding what they were doing. And we got in the groove of what they were doing, and then, we were able to take advantage of it. They didn't switch up the ball screen coverage that much, so we were just able to adapt to it and, find out what was working, and I think that was the reason why.
Jerry Hill.
What's up,
Jerry Hill, Baylor Bear Insider. Jared, the bench contributions, I mean, y'all have had it almost all year, but to get that like you did from Jonathan, from Matthew, from Flagler, I mean, even Mark Patterson hitting a jumper there at the end. How big was that to see that contribution from the bench?
It's the same. I say the same thing all the time. Like when we're all, connected and we're all united, it's hard for anybody to beat us. And we got a lot of guys who would start on other teams, Division I easily. Got a lot of pros, and I think that's why we're so good. That's why we're making it to the national championship game, and that's what we're going to need in the championship game too as well.
David Smoke.
Jared, you guys have had little stretches where you've been so close to what you were back in January. Could you feel this happening? Could you feel the crescendo building with not just your shot, but everyone else tonight?
Yeah, it's kind of weird. I haven't thought about that in a while, but yeah, it's starting to feel like we're back to where we were before the pause, and it's great that this is the right timing. We thought it was the worst thing possible when we stopped, and there was a 3-week break. But I think, it worked out perfectly for us, and we can overcome a lot of things, and we're built different, and we just got to finish it.
Mandy Knight.
Hey, Jared, Mandy Knight, Fox 44 in Waco. Congratulations. Now that you guys have punched your ticket to the national championship, has that sunk in yet? And what's that like, knowing that you guys have made it to the national championship?
Yeah, it hasn't sunk in yet, to be honest with you. It still feels like we're playing basketball. We go back to the hotel. It's just us, the team, and we just got one mission, one goal. And I think it'll sink in later on in life, or maybe 2 months from now, where I'm like, wow, we were really in a national championship game. Or when I watch it next year, and I'm like, wow, that's what we did. Like, that's what we were part of. But it hasn't sunk in yet. But I think it will soon for sure.
Zach Braziller.
Zach Braziller, New York Post. Two-part question, Jared. What do you remember your reaction was when everything got canceled last year? Obviously, you guys had a really good year. And then number two, was it ever close to some of the guys not coming back, whether it was you or whether it was Davion to maybe go to the NBA? And what do you think pulled you back?
Yeah, I just remember when it got canceled, it was like a tornado hitting our town in Waco, Texas, and just destroying everything. It's like what? Like, it was just so crazy that like we just couldn't understand it, we couldn't fathom it, and then it didn't sink in until later. And I think once the season ended, I don't think the COVID ending was like a big reason why everybody came back, but I think we all explored our options equally, and we wanted to see where we're at in our basketball career, and we just made the decision to come back, and we felt like each one of us felt like coming back was the best option, and that's what all it was, and I think it was the best option for sure.
Meyer and Metcalf.
Jared, if it is Gonzaga on Monday, how do you all think you match up with them?
I think we match up pretty well. They got pros, we got pros. They win a lot of games, we win a lot of games. I think we match up well.
Jack Allen.
Yeah, Jared, 17 in the first half, and you didn't score in the second. Was that a change in your mentality in the way that they were defending you? What was the difference for you between the first and second half?
Yeah, I think it's part of just me not being as aggressive, and then just opportunities to, off the ball screen. They were doubling basically off the ball screen, and it just gave me an opportunity to hit other guys. And like Macy O.T. stepped up in the second half, and John stepped up, and Flo. So that's really what it was. I just try to make the right read every play, and that's about it.
Danny Thompson.
Jared, Danny Thompson with the 3-point conversion. Outstanding game tonight. At what point in the season did you realize this team they can win the national championship? At what moment or what turning point was it this year, last year, that you say, you know what, this group of guys can win the national championship?
That's a great question. I knew we were a great team when we broke the record at Oklahoma. We won like 23 games in a row, 23 games in a row, and it was like the Big 12 record of win streak. And we were in the locker room, and we were just like, this is it, this is us, like this is what we do, this is what we came to Baylor to do. And I think at that moment I realized, like, wow, we got some guys, like we got some real winners in the room. And I think at that moment I felt like we can always make it to the Final Four, the national championship game.
John Title.
John Title from hoopshd.com. I believe one of your original scholarship offers was from Virginia. Yeah. I was wondering, what are your memories of watching them win their own championship game a couple of years ago?
Yeah, it was kind of bittersweet. I love Virginia. I think Tony Bennett does a great job, and the guys, Kyle Guy, DeAndre Hunter. I went on a visit there, so I kind of knew the guys, and I was just like, wow, that's really cool. I thought it was really cool, and I love Virginia, their culture and stuff like that. But it just kind of inspired me, and I felt like I could be a part of that, and I guess I am a part of it. So cool.
Kirk Ray Bowles.
Yeah, Jerry, Kirk Bowles from the Austin American-Statesman. Congratulations, and if y'all win Monday, it would be the second men's national championship in any sport. What would that mean to Baylor? And you feel like you guys are putting Baylor on the map more definitively?
Oh, totally. That was one of my goals, and I know some of my teammates' goals is just to leave a legacy at Baylor, create Baylor as a blue blood, and just get guys coming to Baylor and seen as a highly touted, respected program. And Coach Drew's the coach for it, and the staff is the staff for it, and that's what I wanted to do. And you got to win national championships, you got to win consecutively, and you got to just be a great program, be about the right things, and that's what we're doing, and that's what I want to do.
All right, last one, Kevin Lundquist.
You guys defensively have been so locked in all this year, but really just take us through the game today against Houston in the first half and how you pretty much shut them down with the exception of Sasser. What was the key defensively to get off to that start?
We went through their plays pretty well, and we studied those guys pretty well, and we knew their tendencies, and we wanted to, just come out as the aggressors. And you got to start that on the defensive end, especially in a game like this. People can get hot and see the ball go through. So we had to set the tone early, and we did a great job of doing that and fighting over ball screens, no easy layups, and offense and defensive rebounding. That was like a huge key for us, and we did that well early on, and I think that just set the tone for the rest of the way.